Alright, it's time. Another week. ZTGD Radio. This is episode 883 from March 2nd, 2026. On the show this week we have Anthony.
If you're listening to this on March 2nd, I'm waiting for jury summons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing down the room.
Hey, man. I'm going to be sitting there for a while, potentially. So, somebody's like, is it your first time? And I went, yep. And he's like, bring a book. He's like, I waited 8 hours once, and they never even called my name. I went,
They
wow,
give you pizza
like
if you get chosen.
Cool. They also give you PTSD, potentially, if you get chosen somehow.
And $4.
Yeah.
We also have the Wombat.
If you're listening to this on March 2nd, 2081, I am likely dead. And have likely been dead for 20 years.
Wow, you plan on dying that young?
I mean, sometime in my 80s, probably. That's the
2060?
the average.
2060, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
We'll see. Heaven only knows what medical advances we've had, or de-evolutions.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but a certain thing happened and all kinds of miraculous medical things started happening. It's crazy. I don't know how that worked.
Yeah.
We may live to be 150.
Yeah, sure.
Get to play on the PS8.
There ain't going to be a PS8. Are you kidding?
There's totally going to be a PS8. Come on, you know that. Motherfuckers will stop naming. Anyway, video games.
It's all one company now. Microsoft has bought Sony and merged with Nintendo into a horrible amalgamation. The CEOs are confused together.
I think you mean the AI Simacularum, or however you say that took over Microsoft has purchased. There you go. There you go. Has purchased
the homunculus
Nintendo. Homunculus. That's a different thing altogether.
The AI homunculus.
Can we just call it Big Chungus?
I'm just thinking of I have no mouth and I must scream, but instead of the robot being called AM, it's Big Chungus.
Big Chungus, man.
A bunch of takes out of that story.
Oh yeah, that's the protagonist of System Shock 3. Big Chungus.
Oh no. Wow. Yeah. With how much brain rot is on the internet, I could totally see an AI calling itself Big Chungus, unfortunately.
I mean, one of them called itself Mecha Hitler, so why not?
Well, I mean, now that sounds
to be fair,
accurate.
that one was programmed to call itself that, so that was more of a feature than a bug.
Hey, if it's on the nose, it's on the nose. Anyway,
which is where the little mustache goes.
It's just below, correct. Which is where your dignity is. Anyway,
we are not recording this on a Monday night. Surprisingly, it's off to a terrible start.
No, it's the normal time slot.
It's Sunday. Yeah.
Video games.
Ryan and I have chosen chaos.
I'm fine with that.
Correct.
Anthony, you got any video games you want to talk about?
I actually do. Not necessarily the most relevant games ever. So I finally wrote that very brief review of Sacred 2 Remastered, and Jesus Christ, man. Okay, so when I first started it up, there was issues where using a controller would break the menu. So you almost had to do it with mouse. Then get into the game and switch to controller. I have since, I just switched to HDMI cables. I'm now playing on my ultra-wide monitor. And so I could sit at it. And I'm like, okay, well, I can only play the original with a mouse. So let me compare directly. And they're not... For a remaster, they really didn't do much. And yet, they did so much it broke things. which is very impressive. Because the original Sacred 2 is not like the most perfectly programmed game, but the remaster is broken in different ways. So to navigate menus, I could no longer use the mouse, but to play the game, I could. The UI is different. Like it's undersaturated. Like what the fuck? What the fuck is this? And then they took the original Sacred 2 down for sale, and you get it for free with the remaster on PC. Just play that. Just unless you have a console and this is the only way. But then I would even go, maybe just don't play Sacred 2. It's not that necessary. Oh fuck, what a unnecessary and bad remaster. It's like, yeah, if you can get through the bullshit, it's still Sacred 2. But is Sacred 2 worth getting through bullshit? And it's like, probably not. It's a good game. I'm not gonna tell you it's a bad game. I saw someone else said, like, oh, I like it, but it's not a great game. Like, no, I never said it was amazing. But it does these things well. It had a decent sense of humor, although some of it's aged, but nevertheless, that's what humor does, so I don't hold it accountable for aging. But it's just, wow, what a bad remaster. And I gave it time, and then I forgot about it because I was giving it time to see if it would get better, and it didn't. And they're like, we're working on the Switch version. I'm like, just don't. That would be my best suggestion. Just don't. Don't do it. No one needs this. Just forget about it. We'll all pretend that this never happened and just move on with our day. So, Sacred 2, man. If you have a 360, just play that version.
That's where I played it.
I'm sure you can get it for $2. I guess it's on PS3 as well, but I don't know. I don't know if there's any performance issues with that one. It was never a perfect game, but it was interesting, and it was a open world Diablo Elder Scrolls mix. Like, okay, that sounds pretty fun, and it was.
I don't know if you know this.
The remaster's a piece of shit.
Most of the games of the PS3 360 era had performance issues.
Yes.
No, but I mean, like, yes, but what I'm saying is I don't know if there's performance issue differences between the 360 and PS3 on this game specifically. Because, like, if you play Skyrim on PS3, it had major memory leak issues. Yeah, so that's the reason why I'm just bringing it up, that, like, I've never touched the PS3 version. I really even wasn't aware that it existed.
PS3 was a weird bird, man. Like, so many games, so many versions of games on that console were just so bad. Bayonetta is probably the most popular one. That and Skyrim.
Yeah. So I finished Project Warlock. I like that game. It's a fun boomer shooter. I like all the secrets and stuff. That game has some glitches that are a little weird. Like, it is what it is, but it feels very independent, which it was. And then they have a sequel, and they're making a prequel. Sequel I got into. Sequel is a very different sort of setup, I guess, overall. Project Warlock is very much just point gun shoot. This one, the levels are a little bit more complex in Project Warlock 2. I did love the final boss in Project Warlock, where you fight Satan, and Satan goes through some multiple forms. And the last form, he's no longer can move. He's like just fucking trying to do a Hail Mary, essentially. He's trying to kill you from being pinned down, his body falling apart, and you just fucking lay into him as his fucking baddies come out. Yeah, it's great. For $10, whatever. The second one is good. I haven't played a ton of it. It's just different enough where I went, I think I'm gonna hold off and put some more time between me and the first game. Started up Turbo Overkill. I'm in a boomer shooter mood, apparently. Have you played Turbo Overkill, Ken?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I played it. I have issues with it, but it's fine.
only want to kill guys with the chainsaw leg.
Yeah,
Like,
am I
I
remembering
kind
correctly?
of
This is one that
wish.
moves pretty fast, right?
Yeah, and he's got the like you start off with the double pistols, and then
Yeah,
the
okay.
alternate fire is he locks on while spinning the other pistol around his finger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, it's very. I like it. The my biggest issue with it is like I almost wish it was set up more like Mirror's Edge, where it's more of a linear thing, than like with a lot less exploration, because the best part of that game is the movement. Like putting together the kills as you're like jumping and you're like kneeing the guy in the face with a chainsaw on
Yeah,
your
it
knee
never gets
leg.
past that gimmick though, unfortunately.
Well, but what I'm saying is that gimmick's great, but the not all the level
No, some of the
leads into
levels
that,
are
right?
yeah.
It's like when you first get it, like when you first start that up or whatever, they give you a skate park, right? And you're killing all the guys in the skate park with your chainsaw leg sliding around. I'm like, that's great. But then I'm playing the rest of the level and I'm like, well, this isn't really set up for me to be sliding around with the chainsaw leg, even though it clearly feels like that's what I should be doing. Um, So yeah, it's not bad. I was like, you know what, this isn't the one either. It's fun, it's stupid. But yeah, so I went back to Nightmare Reaper. That's the one that I've been spending the most time with. Um, it's a roguelike game where when you finish a level, you can only take one level one weapon with you. The skill tree, like as you unlock more parts, they actually make you play like shitty Mario Brother levels, essentially. Um, I like Nightmare Reaper. When you finish a level, it gives you a bit more of the story. If you die, you go back to the hospital room that you're in, and like that's what you do when you finish a level too. But like she wakes up with blood, like she's looking at her hands when she dies, and then it just cuts and you're back in the hospital, and she's staring at her clean hands. Um, I liked this game when I played it earlier. They've added a lot, so I was pretty happy with that as well. I think there was something else I played. Let me see here. Um, no, I guess that's it. I still have not started Black Myth Wukong. I guess I'm just afraid to start it. Because when I go, I want to play it, and then I go, you're too tired. You're not going to be able to fucking handle this. And it's like, yeah, that's probably fair.
It is, like I said, it's very tough. So you got to be in the right mindset. But I loved the game, so I hope you enjoy it.
Wukong.
Wukong.
Wukong. Alright.
And that's it.
What about it, Wombat?
Okay. So let me go ahead and talk about my Overwatch and get it out of the way.
Haha.
Um, so everybody that listens to the show knows that I play uh, all the time. I play F-Zero 99. It is my version of the game that I can't escape, although I actually enjoy it, unlike Ken.
Shh.
Um, but they have a new event going on right now. They've actually done a really good job of supporting that game through additional courses and fun little events and stuff. They've added recently several new question mark courses. So the question mark courses are basically combinations of two courses. So like there's one that's a combination of Whiteland and Deathwind. And there's one that's like a combination of Big Blue and Sandstorm, right? So there's just like they combine sort of the elements of two courses together.
Ken,
Got it.
you beat me to it. I was gonna avoid it, but fuck, you started it, and I was like, oh,
when
I gotta.
you start it, it has to finish. That's why I did it.
Yeah. Um, all right. There's our Darude reference for the morning. Um, the So the new
Are you
event
bad
that they've
enough,
got.
Darude, to race Captain Falcon?
Yeah. Um, the new event is it's a meteor event, and that's meteor like comes from outer space, not meteor like extra ham on your sandwich. Um, so
Thanks for clearing
the
that
way it
up.
works, you're welcome. Um, the way it works is basically as you're on the second lap, as you're driving, starting on the second lap, as you're driving around the track, these meteors fall from the sky, and it'll tell you as you go into the track which kind of meteor it is. So there are jump, dash, ghost, power, skyway, mine meteors that all do different things. And so as you're racing on the track, when starting on the second lap, these meteors start falling and hitting the track, and they basically wherever they land, they leave something. So the jump meteors, wherever they land, they leave a jump pad. So when you hit it, your machine jumps up in the air, which can lead to some new and dangerous shortcuts, depending on where the jump pad lands. Right, the dash ones when they hit, they leave a dash pad, which is like the arrow thing on the track that makes you go faster. The ghost ones when they hit, they leave behind these little basically dots, and when you pick them up, it makes your car transparent, and it makes it so that you can't crash into any other racers. Um, the power ones leave little dots behind that give you some of your machine power back, which in F-Zero 99, in addition to being your health, you use for boost. So it helps kind of recharge your boost a little bit. The mine ones are exactly what it sounds like, right? When the meteor hits, it drops these little mines all over the place. And then the Skyway ones are pretty cool because so if you haven't played F-Zero 99, one of the cool things in that game is as you're driving around the course, you pick up these little yellow dots that give you Skyway power. And once your meter is full, you can press the boost button, and instead of doing a normal boost, it actually takes you up to like a transparent track that's above everybody else that has some boost pads on it and stuff. So it basically helps you catch up if you're behind. And obviously you earn more Skyway boosts if you're further behind in the pack than you earn if you're near the front. So it's kind of a way to help you catch up. Well, the Skyway Meteor adds like a purple section to your Skyway bar, and so when you go up to the Skyway, for as long as the purple section lasts, you have extra boost pads while you're up there. So it basically makes the Skyway even more effective, which is pretty cool. So it adds I think a pretty neat twist to the normal racing in that game. So I like it a lot. I hope it's not just a one-time thing and they bring it back periodically because they usually cycle through events every weekend. They have different events every weekend. So I hope this one is in the rotation because um, it also, the nice thing about it right now is normally Grand Prix events in F-Zero 99 are on a 20-minute timer. So every 20 minutes you can participate with everybody in a 5 race Grand Prix. During this Meteor event, they've sped that up, so it's every 10 minutes now. There's a Grand Prix event, which is nice. Um, but the Meteor stuff happens during the regular one-off F-Zero 99 races, as well as most of the other special races. So I haven't seen it yet in a team event, but I know it shows up in the pro courses. And it doesn't obviously show up in the classic races because that's the whole point of the classic races is that they're just like the original F-Zero. Um, But yeah, it's a really neat addition. I hope they keep it in the rotation and bring it back. If you haven't played the game, now might be a pretty good time to check it out because the extra courses and the this event not only have brought some players back to it, I feel like, although you'll never have trouble getting into a race because even if you only have 13 or 14 human players in a race, it fills the rest with actually pretty good AI racers. So you never have to worry about not getting into a race. But there do seem to be a lot more human players right now between the new tracks and this event. So it might be worth checking it out if you haven't played the game before. Outside of that, I played some more Blood Omen, trying to finish that. Not enough of it to spend time talking about a 30-year-old game, but I did play some of it. And then I played through some, or tried to, in most cases, played through some demos from Next Fest. And man, I gotta tell you, my picker is broken right now because I had horrible luck with every demo I tried.
I mean,
And
I'm gonna be honest, I have not heard a ton of people talk about this Next Fest as anything great.
yeah, I mean, I can see how some of the games might might be appealing, but the ones I picked, man, like I had nothing but technical issues and or disappointing experiences with them. I'm not gonna go into a ton of detail on each one of these just because I don't
I think
I
I think I think Ken, you need to make the Tavernia picture. Just zoom in on that face as the picture for this podcast.
yeah. Yeah, so I that's a good place to start, Anthony. I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail here because I don't necessarily feel great about spending a half hour bashing demos. Number one, if you want to try them, you can just try them because they're all free on NextFest. And number two, they're demos, so they're not necessarily meant to be representative. But Taverny is a pretty good, pretty representative of my experience with the demos from this round. In that, I I booted it up, and by the way, in case anybody's looking, it's like Tavern IA, so TAVERNIA is the game. And it's like it looks like kind of like a first person version of Traveler's Inn or any of these sort of games where you run a tavern. So I was really interested in it. I booted into the menu and the game immediately dropped to like 8 to 11 FPS.
How could you tell?
Because because I have the thing at the top left of my Steam Deck screen that tells me what the FPS is. Um, but so then I'm like, okay, well, clearly this game's a monster, so I need to drop the settings down. So I tried to go into the settings menu. I couldn't get into the settings menu. It wouldn't even open. Um, so I'm like, all right, well, let's just boot into the game and see what happens. So I booted into the game, and the environment looked pretty good. Um, so I'm like, let me see what graphics settings are on here. Let me see if I can get into the settings menu from the game because I'm still, single digit FPSs at this point. So the game was on epic graphics, and
I
I'm like,
mean, I can't disagree. Looking at this picture,
so
they are
I
certainly graphics that are epic.
I backed out of the menu because I'm like, let me see what this looks like. Let me try to fight through the single digit FPS to see what this looks like on Epic to see, how good it actually looks. Because if it's crushing my FPS like this, it's got to be a pretty game. And I turn around to this character who is like the most bug-eyed, goofy-ass character model I've ever seen in my life.
You know,
And
the eyes, like, when you're viewing this picture, again, it needs to be the podcast image. Um, your eyes go to his face,
right,
but I think you need to take a really good look at his right hand
the hands,
fingers.
yeah, the hand is the worst for sure. Um, so the character looks like he's made out of Play-Doh. Um, and I'm like, oh God, okay, all right, well, so that's what it looks like on Epic.
If you've ever accidentally like melted the features off an action figure,
Yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like. Um,
uh,
so I'm like, let me kick this thing down to low so that I can actually have a playable FPS and see what happens. And so I kicked it down to low, and the FPS went up to 39, which I then turned on the FPS limiter to keep it at 30 so that people like Ken could be happy. Um, and I walked up to Play-Doh Man and
Timu Gaston.
Timu Gaston, and I pressed the talk button, and he went, and I'm like, nope, I'm turning this off. I couldn't do it. I couldn't take it seriously with the character looking that way and sounding that way. So that was my experience with Tavernia. I spent 10 minutes trying to get it to run and then noped out of it in about 15 seconds. And then I
PC
played,
gaming.
yeah, I played a game called Town's Life, which I was actually really interested in because it looks sort of like it's a top-down RPG, sort of Stardew Valley, build a town kind of game, but the graphics are very reminiscent of like um, an early '90s PC game. Um, and I booted into it, and it's keyboard only. And I started trying to fight through it on the Steam Deck, and I got into a chest, and then there was no button to get out of the chest. So I had to leave the game, and I'm like, okay, well,
I thought there was
that's
supposed
my
to be
time with that.
a safety switch installed in all chests, so if you were inside of it, you could open it up.
Yeah, right. Just like or like new refrigerators. Um,
Uh,
so I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna play any more of that. I understand that not every one of these game developers is going for the Steam Deck experience, but I really do feel like it's a missed opportunity if you're gonna put a demo on Next Fest. Controller support feels like a must in the year of our Lord 2026, especially for like an RPG. Um, so I tried to play Pawnbroker Simulator. Same deal. It was
I
controller and
feel like
mouse,
the
or
more you
keyboard and mouse
name
only.
things, I feel like the onus is on you this time.
That's what I said. My picker is broken. I picked some bad
Dude, well,
games,
you say
but
picker, like you're removing your accountability. Is my point.
what's mine?
Why is
But
why
yeah, but
why is shitty game simulator shitty? I don't know, man.
well, the pawnbroker simulator thing it was more um
Do they have
I
battle
do like
toads?
and I do, I do like I do like games like that where it's like, oh, this person is bringing in this item. Is it actually worth anything or is it worth nothing? And you have to decide whether or not it's something that's actually valuable or whether or not you're overspending on it and blah 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 blah.
Motherfucker,
The fact that
It's
if Pawn Stars was a thing during the PS2 era, there totally would have been
oh,
oh yeah,
a
there
guaranteed.
Pawn
would have been.
Yeah.
Stars video game on
But
the
what I'm
It's really
PS2.
saying is,
not much different than like a Papers, Please, right? Like yes,
sure,
the
except that
functionality is
like
different,
if it has
but
simulator in the name, it's very different than Papers, Please, because it's probably shit.
well, yeah, I mean, simulator isn't
Um,
it's
And
not
also,
it's not
like, I
necessarily
want my
a badge of
I want my
quality, although
Antiques Roadshow video game as of yesterday.
The History Channel
yeah,
presents Antiques Roadshow for Big Box PC.
The game,
right,
yeah.
the game. Um, but anyway, I couldn't play that because it was keyboard and mouse only, and I couldn't even get through the menus. Um, so I'm like, okay, let's try Portal Brawlers. So again, longtime listeners of the show will know that I'm a sucker for the early 90s arcade style side-scrolling brawler. So your Final Fights, your Streets of Rage, more specifically in my case, your King of Dragons, Knights of the Round,
Baby's
um,
kids.
Baby's
Baby's Kids.
Kids. Most
Um,
technically impressive Super Nintendo game ever created.
and so this Portal Brawlers game looked like it was that. So I'm like, all right, well let's check that out. So I booted it up. It does have controller support. So I'm like, oh, cool, okay. It's got two playable characters in the demo. So I started playing it, and I went over and I fought an enemy, and I killed him. And instead of falling over and dying, his character sprite just started rising up through the air until it was off screen. And I'm like, oh, that's
He died on the return to his home planet.
yeah, I'm like, that's a little poochy, but
I
okay.
must be going now.
Um,
My planet needs
so
me.
so, so I kept playing, and I found a treasure chest, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. There's a treasure chest. And so I went up to the treasure chest, and it was like, oh, you need a goblin key to open this treasure chest. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, that's fine. I'm sure I'll find one later in the level, and then I got to come back to it. And so I walked, I walked enough to put that treasure chest one step off screen, and there's a goblin key on the ground. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, it's right there. So I walk over, and I had the finicky ass time trying to pick that key up off the ground. It's like pixel perfect. You have to be in the right spot, and you have to be backwards from what direction you think you would be facing to pick the key up. But I picked the key up, and I'm like, all right, let me go back to that chest. Nope, can't go backwards. I'm like, now why in the fuck would you do that? I'm talking, we are 2 minutes into the first level of this game. Why would you show me a chest that I can't unlock yet? Tell me I need a key to unlock it. Give me the key like 5 steps later, and then not let me go back to the chest. So I keep playing, kill some more enemies, blah blah blah. Get to the next level, and start killing enemies, and then like the first 3 enemies that I killed all floated off screen, and I'm like, nope, I'm done. I'm not going to keep playing this. So hopefully they make that game a lot better before it actually gets released, because I was not sold on that demo.
I feel like this is like your experience is a perfect example of A, not everybody needs to make a video game, and B, there are too many fucking video games.
I just feel like I'm appreciative of the fact that all these tools are so readily available, and I'm appreciative of the fact that um, that Steam in particular gives some smaller creators an opportunity to not only put their work out, but also release demos and also get featured in an event like this. I think that's super cool. Um, what I will say though is, man, a bad demo is worse than no demo. So if you're gonna put your game on Steamfest as a demo, you owe it to yourself to play test the shit out of that. And if you can't be confident that it's not gonna give some goofy errors or whatever, you can't put it on there. Because I understand the push of like, if I can't get my game on Next Fest, then it's not going to sell enough to support what I need it to. I get that 100%, but I'm telling you, a bad demo is worse than no demo. Because if I had just seen this Portal Brawlers, I'd have probably wishlisted it and, checked it out down the line when it came out. But this demo actively sold me against it. So yeah, you gotta QC this stuff.
Yeah, do you think those companies that make those games that say like you're gonna like goon yourself in like 60 seconds aren't play testing their games? Do you
Oh,
like that?
they're playtesting them all
Um,
right. Uh,
Just-
the, so a couple more
I'm
demos real
going
quick.
through. I'm currently scrolling through Steam Next Fest stuff, and I just see some Gooner games. I'm like, yeah, I'm
Oh, of
good.
course. So I played another game called another demo called Yes, My Warlord, which
is that a
is
Speaking
Gooner?
of
like
Is that a
Gooner
Gooner game?
games,
it is not, no. So you play basically a Goblin King, or like I don't know, maybe like an Orc King, some manner of Goblin folk, um, and it plays like Reigns. If you guys have played Reigns, where you have different people come in and they'll say, "My lord, the food supplies are too low. What should we do?" And then you get presented with two or three choices. You make a choice, and every choice that you make usually makes one faction happy and two factions mad. And you try to balance the factions, and you lose the run basically when any of the factions opinion of you hits zero. So it's this sort of Reigns style game where instead of a human king, you're playing a goblin warlord who's taken over human settlement. Um, it, I mean, it's Reigns, so if you like Reigns, you should check it out. It has an art style that I can only describe as MS Paint. Um, like it the let me just I know this doesn't help anybody that's listening, but you can do it too. You can go on Chrome and look up Yes, My Warlord. So this is the logo, or
You
like
could do it too.
the title the title thing.
that is not accurate to the
And
fucking.
this is what the game looks like.
Oh fuck this.
Um so and it's one of those things where like I don't need a game
I'm,
like that to look great. I do think
you know what?
it's
I'm gonna say this, and this is because we're about to talk about the graphics, and I think, and this is the spot where I go. I don't think the graphics are necessarily the issue.
no, no,
The
no, no, not
text,
that's
on
what I
the
was
other
saying.
hand, the text being just like Arial font, and
Yeah,
all the stuff looking just like generic. It's like, yeah,
yeah. It
this doesn't
looks
look good.
cheap. Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
cheap. Um, which, it's fine. Like I actually enjoy the graphics to an extent because again, it reminds me of early 90s DOS PC gaming. Like and there's the screen that looks kind of like this that I think is cool, but yeah, you're right. The
Motherfucker, did
text
you did you
hurts
take
it.
these screenshots off a Game Boy Micro? Jesus.
And no, I'm pulling them off of Google because I my Steam is messed up right now on my PC for some reason.
also,
Um,
his meme folder is already full. We can't.
but that's true. You can't expect me to add more to it.
Although I'm gonna
Oh
say
wait,
this, I do think you have chosen to become more than mortal, and it's just a picture of like clawed hands
yeah.
should go in there.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That
Oh.
that's
Um,
that's the that's the that's the picture you should send when someone calls themselves a gamer.
I
You've chosen to become
have
more than
chosen to
mortal.
be more
It
than
was just
mortal.
these ugly ass goblin hands.
With clearly no hygiene whatsoever.
Yeah, you cut
Um,
your fungus filled nails.
I'll say that of the games that I played in this Next Fest, I played that one the longest. And it is again, if you like Reigns, it's a fun little demo, but you can tell that it's an amateur like passion project, because there are all sorts of little weird visual glitches and stuff. And then last but not least, I played a demo of a game called WAA, so WAAAAA, which WA, and then the subtitle is a prehistoric adventure with aliens.
Sure. Okay.
And it's like sort of a top-down RPG. It's got turn-based combat, about a caveman, and its hook, I guess, if I could say it that way, is that there's no dialogue in the game at all. Everybody only speaks in grunts and little like icons over their heads.
Average gamer behavior.
100%. So if somebody wants you to bring them a hunk of meat, they're not going to say, bring me a hunk of meat. They're going to show like a hunk of meat over their head with a heart next to it.
It's like Sneak King.
Have the meat.
It is like Sneak King, yeah, to speak of a different fast food mascot. But it is a game that, in a different mindset, I could see myself probably enjoying. But having just come off Dragon Quest and still trying to make my way through Kingdoms of the Dump, I'm like, man, I don't need another game like this. So I bounced off of it mostly because I'm not in the mood for it, not because it wasn't good. So that one's probably worth checking out if you like games like that. But yeah, that was my experience with Next Fest demos. It was kind of a rough go for me this time around compared to last time, which I found some pretty good demos last time around, but this time was a big swing and a miss. And that's it.
All right. Well, I guess I will go through the stuff that I didn't play a lot of before I get to the thing I played a lot of. So there was this game that came out this week that just by the name I was like, I have to know what this is because it looks like Dark Souls. But it's called Dark Farts.
Yeah, so I saw you playing that.
Of course it is.
And I was like, nah, I almost asked you, and I'm like, do I want to know?
Well,
and I went, I don't, he'll talk about it if he needs to, but I don't really need to ask questions.
You don't need to play this game. It feels like something somebody was like, I'm funny, I'm going to make a funny game. And it's Dark Souls. It's got the exact same.
Welcome back, XBLGA or whatever the fuck it was.
Xbox Live Indie Games. Yeah.
Yeah.
It literally looks like Dark. It's that like, same health bar, same stamina bar. Everybody talks in like this faux accent, trying to make topical jokes. Even like the intro is like wicked long. And they're like, people's names in here don't represent, real people. And then it goes to talk about like Vlad Pudding and Chi Chi Jong or something. It is just like,
where they're like, I have such biting commentary.
And then you get into the game. It is literally just a tutorial talking to people. And I don't know where the farts come in. I didn't make it to the farts. Because I turned it off.
The sad part is I could see the humor in a decent game called Dark Farts, where Fart Souls or whatever the fuck it's called. I'm not putting a lot of effort into remembering.
Dark Farts.
Yeah. So, with like Solaire. Instead of praise the sun, it smell the farts.
Yeah,
and he does this little motion, and you just hear it.
Like that shit would be funny.
Yeah.
This was not funny.
I should mention, by the way, since we're on the topic, and since you referenced it in the game, Dark Farts, which I I expected to have really.
That's what Snape taught.
I'm a master of the dark farts.
uh, the so there's a what I'll only call a Assassin's Creed disclaimer at the beginning of uh, what do you call it? Tavernia, that basically says, this game was made by a a group of people or whatever, and it says that there it may be depictions of racism.
Okay.
And then you boot in, and it's the Play-Doh guys that's staring at you. And I just that sort of offset was, I'm sure it's like the normal fantasy, racism against orcs and goblins and stuff like that. But to get that disclaimer and then to boot into the game and it be Play-Doh man staring me in the face was a pretty funny juxtaposition.
Oh, so yeah, don't play Dark Farts. Not that you needed me to tell you that with a name.
And I was going to say, I was on my way to download it before you said that.
What's the game I'm thinking of where you start as like a man made of ASCII characters? You know what I'm talking about, Ken?
No.
He's a stick figure or whatever, and it's a Dark Souls game, but there's actual humor to it.
I'm not remembering.
Give me a minute. I'll find it myself, because apparently Ken.
All right, real quick. Then I
know that one.
I did play. I bought Arcade Archives 2 Rave Racer because that's the first time that thing has ever been brought home. Oh, it's so good, so good. I do not know why this game never got a port. Like, it's just like every other Namco racing game at some point feels like it got a port, but this one did not. So it's nice to finally have it.
I don't remember Rave Racer.
It was literally the sequel to Ridge Racer.
Okay.
And it even has the original track from Ridge Racer as one of its tracks, but this one actually has like 2 tracks, and then there's 2 versions of each track. So, the physics are very different than the original Ridge, which is funny because I grew up playing the PlayStation version of Ridge Racer, which has very different physics than the arcade version of Ridge Racer, and Rave Racer has different physics than both of those. So,
the game that I was thinking of is The Last Hero of Nostalgaia.
Nostalgia?
No, Nostalgaia.
Okay, I don't know that I've played that.
Hold on, let me just. If you see it, maybe you'll remember it. But he's a illuminated stick man, and you put armor on him slowly. And
I've seen this cover, but I don't think I've played this game.
Okay, it's. I love the character customization. Hold on, but this is exactly what that game probably wants to be. As you can see, you have so many options.
Endowment is in there.
Endowment.
Oh. Yeah. Speaking of endowment,
but anyways, yeah, that game is probably worth more of your time. It does have mixed reviews on Steam recently, but it's mostly positive. So,
speaking of endowment, I played Acclaim's first game with their new publishing arm, which is called The Prisoning: Fletcher's Quest.
Prisoning.
That game is cool. So it's kind of like a mix of a little bit of Metroid and a little bit of Super Meat Boy, where it's very precision platforming type stuff, but you can also attack. And the reason that I say, speaking of endowment, is when you start the game, you literally start off nude. And it's a pixel art game. So there's a little pixel dong hanging down.
Jesus Christ.
And it has physics when you jump.
Oh my God.
But once you get back, because the first quest you have is you escape from a prison, you have to get like armor, clothes type thing. And like the first few quests are like find his hat, because of course you got to find the hat first, because you got to run
Of
around with a
course, yeah,
hat.
yeah, that's much more important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get the rest of the clothes, and then it turns into like a Meat Boy style platformer. It's really good though. Unfortunately,
What's
it's
it called
only
again? The prisoning?
the prisoning Fletcher's Quest. It's unfortunately only available on 2 platforms right now. It's on PC and Switch. It's not available anywhere else.
Huh.
But it is pretty good. It's a pretty good game. I also played a little bit of that City Hunter game, which was a port of the TurboGrafx game from back in the day. It's pretty standard side-scrolling shooter, stuff like Rolling Thunder and like Elevator Action 2, stuff like that.
I loved Rolling Thunder.
Yeah.
And the game that was almost just like Rolling Thunder.
What's it, the NES game, right?
Codename Viper.
Codename Viper, yeah, that game from Capcom, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that game is. I think Codename Viper is better than
I agree.
Rolling Thunder.
Than Rolling Thunder. Yeah. I liked Codename Viper a lot.
But I love those
I
kind of
own
games.
both, and yeah, they're both really great. They're tough. But
Yes. The side-scrolling platformer where you go indoors is what I like to call them.
Yep. I had I probably still have both of those downstairs in a box. And Rolling Thunder on NES was the Tengen.
Yeah, Tengen Kart. Yep.
Yep.
Oh man, remember when games were just good?
Good stuff.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Speaking of games that are good, well, no, there's still one other thing I want to talk about. So I did play. I bought Fear Effect 2 to complete my collection. Again, it's a shoddy port. There's a reason they put it out with no fanfare, unfortunately. Like those 2 Fear Effect games that they released, that limited run games released, there's nothing to them, which is very sad. But it is nice to be able to have them. I just wish they would have upgraded, like run a filter on the fucking like put an emulator filter on it or something. It's ridiculous. I did check out the Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red. That's a straight ROM, son. Like they didn't do anything to it.
I heard they found evidence of a couple more Pokemon games.
It's
digging in files.
It's ridiculous because like why aren't these just on NSO?
It's a great question because they knew they could charge $20 for them.
Yeah.
Is the answer.
Yeah, because I don't think these. I thought the original assumption was, hey, it's because they're gonna have Pokemon Home connection, but I don't think that's the case.
I mean,
now,
usually when you boot up like a
correctly.
game that like costs money and is an old game, like it'll have updated button prompts, right? Like this just literally still has the GBA button prompts.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like there's nothing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, both of these games are incredible. Like that was a really good Pokemon. But man, it's really shady that Nintendo's like, you know what? We'll do NSO for some stuff, but for the ones we know you'll pay $20 a piece for, we're going to put those out separate. And I don't know.
Yep. And they're going to keep doing that.
Yeah.
I assume there's no rewind or fast forward. Well, rewind function, is there?
I didn't see any, no.
Right. So that's the reason why, if they added in the Pokemon Home support, which again, maybe it is. I don't know, but that I heard that it wasn't. So maybe that I've heard wrong. I could understand not wanting it part of the NSO, because people would just rewind and stuff like that.
That
right?
was the excuse that I saw Nintendo fanboys have. Yeah.
But if it has no Pokemon Home functionality, then who gives a shit? It should be just attached to the GBA thing. Now, I still think $20 is too much.
Oh, 100%. $20 should have been for the package.
Like, right.
Yeah.
If you got both for $20, fair enough. But like, it should be $10 a piece. This is fucking horseshit. Anyway.
I think that's it before I get into Resident Evil.
Well, so the Resident Evil may generate some additional conversation. So let me just say first, before
Yep.
you get into that, that I forgot that I also played Undisputed
Oh, the
on
boxing game?
on PlayStation because it was free on PlayStation Plus.
Oh, that's right.
Um, and that game is not as bad as a lot of people made it out to be.
People
It's
really like
not,
shit on that game, and I didn't play it,
yeah,
so
it's not that bad. It's not great. And it's got some weird physics sometimes, but guess what? Nobody likes to remember this, but so did Fight Night on occasion. Like I keep seeing people share clips of Undisputed where boxers' hands or arms do weird stuff when the collision
the,
out Kings
oh
and uh
We
uh
we lost you there.
yeah, we lost you for a
oh, you
second.
did. Oh, well, let me back up for a second then. I said I keep seeing people share clips of the game where like boxers' arms do weird stuff when the collision detection doesn't work the way the game expects it to. Um, and that shit happened in Fight Night and Knockout Kings too. Like you just don't remember it. Um, and in the UFC games, I mean, those games had notoriously bad, goofy hit detection. But the career mode's actually pretty fun. It's got and you're trying to balance between your boxer's weight and their readiness for the next fight, and you have to negotiate your share of the purse for the next fight and where it's going to happen and how much media publicity there's going to be around it and all that stuff. It's actually a pretty fun little game. I'm glad that I didn't pay for it. And it's definitely, I mean, it's nowhere near as good as Fight Night. Um, I, I I can't even put it in the same category, especially as like Fight Night 3, 4, and Champion. But it's a competent boxing game.
I still
So
remember like the fervor when that first Fight Night dropped on 360. Like people just talking about how good that game
oh
looked.
god, those games were incredible, and they looked incredible. Fight Night Round 3, I think, is my favorite. But yeah, I mean, those games were incredible. I would love a Fight Night remaster. But I don't think we're going to get that
You can
because I definitely
still
don't think we're going to get a new one.
you can still buy one of the Fight Nights on Xbox and play it on the series. I see it in sales all the time. I don't remember which one it is.
Yeah, I don't remember which one it is either. I thought, hold on, I thought that one of them was in the EA Play.
It might be an EA Play too, because I think when I see it in sales, it just says you can install this because I don't own it. So I think it is in EA
Yeah, it's
Play.
Fight Night. It's Fight Night Champion,
Okay, yeah.
which is the last one that they made. Champion is good. It's got a pretty cool story mode to it. I think 3 played a little better. 4 was good too. 4 was I didn't like 4 quite as much as 3, but Champion's good. So maybe I might have to download that and revisit Fight Night Champion since it's on EA Play.
I think Anthony's gone down a rabbit hole of parody Souls games.
No. So I look, as you're talking, I'm just going through my Steam discovery queue. And this popped up and I went, "Oh, that's interesting. That looks like a Master System game with the grid in the background and everything." And then I started looking into this guy's other games. Have you ever heard of Sinclair Strange?
No.
No,
Okay, so I'm gonna send you another game, and Ken, this looks like your shit. Ryan,
and
maybe your
this
shit too.
this Sir
All
Noggin
his
looks pretty
shit,
good.
yeah, all of his shit looks really good. It's all old style NES stuff mostly. Um,
Huh.
but yeah, I've never heard of Sinclair Strange. I was figured I might
It's $1.
pass that on. Exactly.
Alien
Wait,
Splatter Redux is $1.
Jet Gunner. Like you should look at his stuff, everybody. Sinclair Strange.
Huh.
Yeah,
there's
never
a
heard of this guy.
Fist
He's had
Slash.
games out for a while. Yeah, Jet Gunner, Fist Slash of Ultimate Fury, Alien
Fist
Splatter
Slash looks
Redux.
kind of neat,
He's been
actually.
making games for a long time. 2014 was his
Yeah,
first game.
Interesting.
that's on Steam. Yeah, I've never heard of this guy, so I just
Well,
thought I'd pass
Sinclair
that along.
Sinclair
There's your
Strange.
there's
There
your
you
there's
go.
your call out, Sinclair Strange.
Jet Gunner
uh,
refueled.
All right.
make more Master System looking games. You have my attention.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
looks like
Jet
he
Gunner
did it.
refueled very much looks like NES GI Joe
He
to me.
he apparently he created Jet Gunner, then Jet Gunner refueled. 10 years later, he did it again. He remastered his own game.
He remastered his own game. Yeah.
All
Looks
right,
pretty well. Good looking out, Anthony. That's there's some good hits in there. I feel like.
I'll have to play them and see how they stack up.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
it's
Sorry,
time.
Ken, to interrupt, but I just knew there might be some discussion around Resident Evil. So
Nope, it's all good. So yes, I have played and finished Resident Evil Requiem. Not 9 times, so I'm not qualified to review it yet.
nope.
I think this might be the best Resident Evil game. It's gonna fight with 2.
Wow.
It's gonna fight with 2 because 2 is, in my opinion, still the best Resident Evil game ever made. Resident Evil Requiem takes us back to what made this series good, while at the same time still doing a lot of the stuff that the new ones do. And the way they do that is there are 2 playable characters. And when you're playing as Grace, it is very much old school Resident Evil. Lots of horror, lots of, trying to stay away from things, being terrified, lots of really, really scary stuff. And then the game takes place over the span of like a day, and it's swapping back and forth between the 2 characters and what they're doing at the time that the other one's doing something else. And Leon's mode is very much like the more actiony Resident Evils, like Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 6, stuff like that. The game allows you to play in first or third person for either character. They recommend you play as Grace in first person and Leon in third. I played both in third, just because I've always preferred Resident Evil in kind of a third person perspective. The pacing of this game is damn near flawless. Like, just when you're getting too stressed out about the terrifying stuff, you kind of switch over and get to kill a lot of people, which is it does a really good job of that. They kind of, like with the remasters and like 7 and 8, they started introducing, kind of upgrades and stuff with like your I'm trying to think of, like with your weapons. And they do that again here, but only on like Leon's side. So like Grace just finds weapons, whereas Leon can upgrade his. I'm not going to spoil anything with the story, like at all. But this feels like the culmination we've been waiting since 1998 when the first one came out. This feels like it. Like we're finally talking about stuff that has been rolling around in these games since the beginning. Capcom has gone above and beyond. This feels like, how Naughty Dog games have those things where you look at something and you're like, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of work put into that, and I'm looking at it for like a half a second.
Yep.
This game feels like that. There are details in this game that are insane. Like you can go up to stuff and like zoom in on it, and it's just super high quality. The facial capture is incredible. Like the graphics are just unbelievable. And then it has object permanence in the world. So let's say you're walking through a level and you kill a zombie and you blow its brains on the back of the wall. That blood will stay there for the rest of the game. All of the bodies that you kill, they stay there. I mean, it's just...
A question for you.
Yeah.
Is it... So you said you switch back and forth.
Yes.
Is it more linear then?
No,
Or is it more... Okay, so it is still like the Resident Evil 2 remake and stuff like
it's
that, where
still, there's puzzles.
you're kind of in an area and you keep kind of wrapping back on yourself. You go through previous areas again.
It has a very Dark Souls feel where, like,
Yes, okay.
you'll
All
go
right, well,
around, open a door.
I just wasn't sure because if you jump back and forth, I didn't know how that was going to work.
No, the jumping back and forth is more about telling the story. Because, for example, again, not getting into spoilers, there's 4 areas of this game to explore. Each one has their own map with the whole, which Resident Evil 2 Remake kind of like set the standard for this, where it shows you the items, it shows you the doors that are locked, it shows you the places of interest, and when you're finished, it shows you that they're done, kind of thing. Each area in this game has that, and it is literally like when I say you switch back and forth, I'm talking like you'll play as Grace for like 3 hours, and it's roaming through this area, solving the puzzles, trying to get to this thing. This game also does everything Resident Evil's ever done. There are sections that are crazy action. There are sections where you don't have weapons and you must sneak around and not be caught. Like, I'm really trying to dance around this story because it's hard being a Resident Evil fan to finally see some of the stuff come to fruition in this game. To the point where there are 2 endings in this game. And Capcom did the most incredible thing. When you finish it, it immediately asks you, would you like to go back, make the other choice, and see the ending?
Oh, that's great. I'm glad they do that.
Finally, somebody that fucking understands... Well, it's not the first time, but still, like most...
Let me tell you this, though.
Irritating.
The ending that I picked the first time, it's literally just a cutscene and the credits. That is not the real ending. When you choose the real ending, there's a whole other cutscene, a final boss fight, another cutscene for the ending, and 2 credit cutscenes.
Jeez, oh Pete.
That has got to be the canon ending.
I would think, yeah.
It's a completely different game when you choose the other path, which is just crazy.
Capcom has been getting a little bit more wild, because even like when it came to Devil May Cry 5, right? You start off by fighting I don't remember what the fucking guy's name is, but the guy that's sitting in the chair. Do you remember that?
The guy that's sitting, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it is supposed to be a boss battle you cannot win, but you absolutely can win, and there's a different ending.
Yeah. And they do that here. It's like the second ending. I couldn't even believe it. Like I stayed up late last night because I'm like, I know I'm close to the end of this game. I want to finish this because I kind of want to sit on my feelings for a few days before I write the review. And I finished it, and I was like, oh, well, that ending was kind of fucked up. What happens in that ending? And you're like, God damn. Okay, I wonder where they're gonna go. And then I went back and did the other ending. I'm like, oh fuck, that's totally different. Like there's a whole other thing going on here, and as it kept going, I was like, okay, this is the real ending. This is the one. This is the one you should choose, and I understand why they give you a choice, because it kind of leads you to the ending that I picked. Like if you want to do it from an altruistic perspective, but the real one was the one I didn't think I was supposed to choose, and that is definitely the real ending. And it's just, I can't get over the quality of this game. Like, I can't explain to you how good it actually looks when you're playing it. Like, it's just insane. And I found it funny. People were like, God, I'd love to see Capcom do an open world game. I was like, they did. It's called Monster Hunter. Like, that's...
Yep.
The reason why it looks so good is because you are on a linear path. People have never understood that about video games. Like, when you can vertical slice and kind of funnel your character in a specific place, you can make things look better because you're only rendering what they see. Whereas in an open world game, if you can go anywhere, I can't render everything to look that good because I'm not expecting you.
Which is why you're in such a small area in Yakuza.
Yeah, because
right?
they're
Because that
rendering
game
everything.
series started on the PS2, and now obviously those games look rough in hindsight. But when you watch those original PS2 games, boy howdy, like those are really impressive in comparison to the Grand Theft Autos at the time because they are only working in like a fucking area of a town.
Yeah.
So,
Which is why, as much as y'all hate on it, Horizon, what Guerrilla has done with Horizon is so impressive
oh yeah,
because
no,
that
no,
game looks
that's
fucking
never been in
crazy, and it's
question.
open world.
It's
But
open world,
my
but it
issue
is
with
very
that game
limited.
is, yeah, that
Horizon?
is true too.
Yeah, Horizon's open world is limited. Like you can see, like if you zoom out the map, you can kind of see where it funnels you into certain places.
Well, yeah, I mean it's not an endless map, but it's fucking huge.
Like when I'm
The
talking about like a massive open world map, I'm talking about something like Skyrim or Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, like
I was
truly,
thinking Grand
truly
Theft Auto
massive.
when you were talking size. To be honest with you,
Even Grand Theft Auto looks pretty good.
Grand Theft Auto does look pretty good. Those
it does. But if
maps.
you go into first person in Grand Theft Auto 5, right, and you'll see that it's just not
Well, they don't do
set up
they
for
don't
the
do a lot of
like.
interiors in GTA 5 either. So like
But the
there's
ones that they
some,
do
but
look rough
sure.
in comparison
Yeah.
to everything else because, like, yeah, the inside of the car looks good. That's not all that difficult in my opinion. But like once you're inside the shops in GTA 5, it starts to kind of fall apart. No, like in Michael's house, there's a bit more detail, but yeah, the shops never have looked as good. And part of that is because it's just not meant to be seen. Like, look at how far away you are from the characters in Grand Theft Auto 5, right? That's the angle you're supposed to be looking at. You're over the shoulder in Resident Evil, right?
Yes.
Or first person.
Or first person, yes. But like
But
the
you're right, Ryan. Like, if out of all the open world games, the two that stand out for detail are Horizon and Death Stranding. And now Death
yeah,
Stranding,
they're
obviously,
both
there
built
isn't
on the
a
same
ton
engine
of,
too.
but
So
it's both Decima, right? So
mhm.
yeah,
Yep. So speaking of engines, it feels like, and I'm not a Resident Evil person, right? But it feels like Capcom's investment in RE Engine is like the best decision any game developer slash publisher has made this generation, or maybe even this generation and last generation combined.
100%. Like
Um,
everything built on that engine is incredible.
and I mean, think about how much money they've made in the last 10 years off of, or however long since the first RE Engine game they've made on that engine.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy how much money they've made.
What kills me is like you know how we're constantly having the conversation about Unreal Engine 5 and developers having issues with it. Like this game makes Unreal Engine 5 just look like a bitch. Like this game looks insane. I can't get over the level of. There's literally an area later. And by the way, sorry I didn't welcome you, Terrence. We're in the middle of the Resident Evil conversation.
Oh, you didn't need to welcome me. I picked up on context clues. I was going to jump in.
Yeah, we're having the
Yeah,
Resident Evil. Yeah. Like there's an area in this game that you walk through that you don't ever revisit. Like it's just there, and if you stop and look at it, the level of detail is unfucking believable. But you see it for all of 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
this game is crazy.
So here, just quickly, here's the list of the games developed using RE Engine. All right. Um, so the first game was in 2017. So was Resident Evil 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Resident Evil 2 remake, Devil May Cry 5, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil Resistance. There's some funny ones in here, but Capcom Arcade Stadium, Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection, Monster Hunter Rise, RE Village, Capcom Arcade Stadium 2, Resident Evil Reverse, Resident Evil 4, Street Fighter 6, Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, Exo Primal, Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy, Dragon's Dogma 2, Kinitsugami Path of the Goddess, Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, Monster Hunter Wilds, Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny, RE Requiem, Monster Hunter Stories 3, Pragmata, Onimusha Way of the Sword, and then Mega Man Dual Override will be on the RE engine, and the Okami sequel will also be on the RE engine.
Like you say, it's funny that those titles are on there, but it just shows the versatility
Right.
of that engine. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's super smart investment.
Yeah. But no, and Terrence, you can jump in and give your thoughts on this. I finished it last night. I was talking about that earlier. This game, it's up there with 2. I think it's the best, if not the second best, Resident Evil game of all time. Like it's a masterpiece.
High praise. High praise. But I agree. It's really good. I haven't finished it. I'm like I told said in the chat, which is a spoiler. Everybody knows Raccoon City's in the game, but I just got to Raccoon City. So once you power on that first little area where you end up with Leon and can save, that's literally where I stopped because I had played for a while yesterday and was just kind of burnt out on it.
You want to know something funny? I watched so little of the content of that game. I didn't know that.
Oh wow!
Like
Really?
I had no clue you went to Raccoon City, even though it's.
Okay.
You're right. Like Nintendo sent me an email last night while I was playing. It's like go back to Raccoon City. I was like, oh okay.
Yeah.
I had no
okay.
clue.
It was in the trailer.
I didn't watch them.
All the marketing.
I didn't watch them.
Okay.
I completely shut off. I do want to go back to Grace's section. That hospital that you're in is very reminiscent of the original mansion, and might be one of the best like Resident Evil environments that I've played through. Like it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
This is where I'm
scary.
at. I want them to redo 1, 0, and Veronica in this manner.
Well, I mean, they did
Well,
2, 3, and 4.
It's
So
one of those.
Right.
yeah, so they'll do.
And then, of course, 5 and 6, but I realize that they're taking their sweet-ass time on that.
Oh, absolutely, and they should, because like Ryan said, they're making a fuckload of money, and every time they put one of these remakes out, they're making a fuck ton of money. And if they just space this stuff out, I mean, they've got content for Resident Evil for like the next decade.
Yep.
And that's smart on their part. So
It is. It is.
Terrence said,
enjoy the game.
this game is fucking terrifying. Like it's been a while
It
since
is very
Resident
scary.
Evil's been this terrifying.
And it's I like the fact that, because I don't know what you've talked about it, thus far, so I'll just kind of give my thoughts. But I like the fact that it it swaps perspectives, because you get kind of settled into being Scary Cat Grace, and then you swap to Leon, who something jumps out and he's like, "Fuck you," and does a roundhouse kick. Like, it's
He
like,
totally does,
okay,
man.
that type of thing.
Like, have you done any of the context melee kills?
Yes,
That,
love
like,
those. I try to do those every
those-
time I can.
Those things are like, they animated that shit, and you may never see it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like when he slams it up against the wall and then crushes its head, you're like, Jesus
Yep.
Christ.
Yeah, it's so because it's how it should be, really. Because I mean, Leon at this point is grizzled. Like, he looks grizzled. He's been through some shit. Like,
Oh, yeah.
some shambling zombie is not going to scare Leon. He don't give a fuck. Like,
He makes it, and they don't undersell this. The performances in this game sell all of these characters. Like Leon's performance, you can tell.
Yeah.
He's pissed. He's tired of these motherfucking zombies in this motherfucking mansion.
Yep.
And this man makes comments like, there's a sequence later in the game where you run into an enemy from the first game. And he just looks at it and it hits him, and he's like, when he first sees it, he's like, yeah, I remember that. And when it hits him, he's like, oh, I remember that too. I didn't like that. Like, just so much of this game, so many callbacks to like the original trilogy. It's insane.
Yeah, it's very well done. And what you were talking about with the engine, and I'm sure you noticed it. And I'm sure you probably noticed it even more if you're playing it in first person. I'm playing it in third.
Oh, I play in third. Yeah.
because, I mean, that's fine that they switched it to first person, but I'm I prefer my Resident Evil in third. That's just me.
Yep.
But her, like when you're Grace and you're aiming down the sight, like aiming your gun, her hand shakes.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can visibly see her like shaking, like because she's so nervous and stuff. When they're like reloading, when you're holding a flashlight, they put the flashlight under their chin.
Yes.
Like while they're reloading,
Yes.
like all those animations are so. And that's something else that you may never see if you play it in first person. You'll never see that type of stuff. Like that's so cool. Like they just did such a good job.
And the fact that they made her stutter.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
she sells that character because every time she talks, she sounds paranoid and terrified.
Yeah, she is nervous, and I like the third person because I don't know if this happens in first person. She trips and falls when you're running from different stuff in the high tense moments. Like, and I'm like, that's nice. I mean, I hate it because that thing caught me, but I mean that's nice because that's what would happen. She would trip and fall, but not Leon because Leon just strolls in there like John Wick and he doesn't care, and it's almost like two different games in one, which is really nice. And even the story is, I've always liked Resident Evil story. I'm not a huge lore fan like that, like not like I am with some of my franchises, but I know enough of their stuff to be dangerous. So I like some of the callbacks and connections to some of the past stuff that I've come across in some of the files and things that you pick up.
It gets so much better.
In Raccoon City, I'm sure.
It gets so much better when you make it to redacted.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm looking forward to and I already know the ins and outs of the story because when this leaked forever ago, because y'all know I don't care about spoilers, I already read all the stuff, so I know kind of the high notes of it, but being able to experience it is very different. But I'm super excited to get to the Raccoon City part.
You weren't here when I said it, and I don't know if you know this in your spoilers. There are 2 endings.
Yes,
and Capcom, immediately after you finish it, lets you just press a button and do the other one.
Yep, which is nice. That I thought that was cool. So you can go back to the point and experience the other one.
What's crazy is, like I was telling these guys, one of the endings is just ends. It's a cutscene. The other ending, there's a final boss that you don't fight if you choose one of the endings.
That's super neat. Like I like how they put this whole package together. Yeah. The one thing I hope, and it usually comes later anyway, is Mercenaries. I enjoy the Mercenaries mode.
Stick around after the credits, Terrence.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, 'cause I love Mercenaries. That is some good shit. So, but yeah, this game is really good.
There is an Easter egg that they put in this game that I'm not going to spoil here, but I lost my shit. It's so dumb. It's so dumb, but it's perfect.
Okay.
Really, I like need them to finally do a crossover with Devil May Cry.
Yeah, Devil May Cry was a Resident Evil game. Awesome. Yeah,
I know, right? Exactly. I need them to do Resident Evil. Right, you play a Resident Evil game normally, and then one of the unlockable characters is Dante. So that way, you can even have the starring Dante from Devil May Cry on the box if you wanted. Yeah, and then just go through the same game, just cutting things apart.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I play the shit out of that.
I would. I know I would.
I just sit on this game after finishing it, and I'm like, I'm trying to think of something about it that I didn't like.
Yeah, I haven't finished.
So
it
does
yet,
that mean it's a 10 out of 10?
I'm leaning that way. I need to sit on it for a couple more days.
I think I gave a 10 out of 10 to Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil 2 is a 10 out of 10. Let's just be fair.
So, I could see this being that's it because it really does feel like 2 games. Because even in so much as Grace's whole experience is very much, and you probably already said this, very much old school.
Yeah, classic.
Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3. Like her inventory is so small, you have to find the hit pouches to make room. Like you got to leave stuff sitting because you got to pick up this thing that you need.
Backtracking and all that bullshit. Yeah,
yeah, it's very much old school. And then Leon is like the action of 6, basically. So you have unlimited ammo, you got all kinds of weapons.
Dude's inventory screen is like fucking 40 blocks.
It's huge. Yes. His inventory is insane compared to hers. So it's it's just it's two different games. I can see a 10. I haven't finished it yet, and I can see a 10. Like I can't think of any negatives outside of just personal preference. I purple for Mercenaries, but you saying stay tuned, so that gives me some hope. But yeah, it's so good, especially if you're a fan of the franchise.
Oh yeah.
If you don't like to be scared, then this ain't it, because
No.
it dead ass is scary. Like
I had to stop playing,
and I screamed like a bitch a couple of times.
I had to stop
my
playing.
kid's like, what are you doing?
There were parts that I got so stressed out, I had to stop playing for like 15 minutes. I'm like, nah, fuck that, dude. Fuck
and then I
that.
did too. I was like, hey, they tripping. What is happening?
Like some of the noises that those things make, and the sequence that you and I talked about with the singing, I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yep. Yeah, it's oh god, it's so good. I definitely could see a 10. I could see a 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited to go back into it. Now that I've finished it, you unlock a bunch of shit, so I wanna play around with that stuff. That's it for me. Terrence, I don't know if you want to run through your stuff.
No, I don't have anything for real that I haven't really talked about before outside of Resident Evil. So I'll save it to next week, because I have embargoes that are going to be up next week for stuff that I can talk about anyway. So
all right, well, let's talk about what's out this week, and it's kind of a big week. Kicking it off with, I can't wait for this. I don't have it, by the way. I'm not hiding it. But Legacy of Kain Defiance Remastered is out this week.
Oh man, that's sooner than I thought.
This week.
Yeah. Scott Pilgrim EX, Cryptical Path, Discolored 2.
I'm excited for Scott Pilgrim EX.
I figured you would be.
Yeah.
Ninja.
Give me that River City Ransom vibe.
Ninja Gaiden 4, The Two Masters, Ultimate General Civil War.
Is that DLC, The Two Masters?
Yeah, it's DLC for the...
Okay.
Citadelum Docked Marathon is out this week, which... The Server Slam...
Who cares?
Server Slam people didn't seem to gel with. I don't know.
I liked it, but I'll talk about it next week. Because I'll have played the full version at that point. But I have been pleasantly surprised by what I have played and enjoyed for Marathon, especially if you enjoy Halo and Destiny, because it feels very much like those once you start firing the guns. But I'll talk about more next week.
Messy Up, Nevergrave, The Witch and the Curse, Planet of Lana 2, Children of the Leaf, Shrink Rooms, A Winding Path. Hey, look, another Airy game is out this week called The King's Messenger. Fortuna Magus, Mirage 7, Neko Mimi Days, 365 Days with You, Order 13, Risky Roads, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 Complete Edition, Sumerian 6, Veggie Warfare, Feast of Fury, and WWE 2K26.
Veggie Warfare. Veggie Warfare makes me think that the characters from VeggieTales are having a holy war.
Hell yeah, dude.
Awesome.
They're just going across the world like the Crusades and making people believe in Jesus.
On the Nintendo Switch, we're getting Gear.Club Unlimited 3 and Pokemon Pokopia.
Man, Pokopia I'm excited for, but I still don't really know what the fuck that game's gonna be like.
Gonna be like Jesus.
They put up another, and maybe it's not that new. They put up another like explanation video. It looks a lot like a combination of Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing to me.
Yeah. It's how far the mechanics actually go once you're playing it is kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like because like Dragon Quest Builders, there's farming in that, but is it more focused on farming, or is it just kind of a thing that you do and then there's other stuff? Like I don't know.
Yeah, the thing I just watched made it seem like a lot more like Animal Crossing. In that, like the different Pokemon can give you requests that you have to fill. and you can decorate the inside of your house and all that stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
it feels like
Yeah.
Animal Crossing with a Pokemon skin to me.
That game is $100 in Canada,
Wow.
and it's a game key card too.
Oh, of course.
Of
I mean,
course.
you might as well get used to that. Like all the games.
Listen,
probably.
I'm not upset. I'm not upset because like I bought Dragon Quest that way. Dragon Quest 7 reimagined, and it's a game key card. But like I'm not upset about the game key card as much as I am the fucking cost of the fucking game with the key card, because like Dragon Quest 7 was not $100.
I want to.
You know?
I want to ask a legitimate question for you, physical people.
That's how I like my sex.
No.
Just kidding. I'm not having any. Go ahead.
Why are you buying the key cards? Is it just to have a box on the shelf? Because it's the same mentality that it won't work if the server goes offline.
Yeah, I understand that. I have not bought any key cards except for Dragon Quest, and I wouldn't except for Dragon Quest.
I'm just kind of curious because people are.
All my physical Switch 2 games are actual games.
But I mean, like, would you
Like,
buy a key card or would you just buy it digitally? I'm just curious.
You
No, I
only
just
get-
buy it
again,
digitally.
Okay.
The only one I'll do that for is Dragon Quest.
Okay. I just curious if it's like a shelf thing or if because like it's the same principle. It doesn't work unless there's server.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't realize Dragon Quest 7 or 7 Reimagined was a game key card until I bought it. But I probably would have bought it anyways.
Okay.
I'll just admit that. But like other franchises, no. Like I like Pokemon. Fuck you. It would just be a digital purchase. But with this, I legitimately didn't know. Maybe I wouldn't have. I don't know exactly, but I just was like, I'm gonna go pick it up because I was in a mall already, and then I did. It is Dragon Quest. I do love having the Dragon Quest stuff physically. But
Yeah, I mean that's I think if it's
It's
a
the
if it's a series that you're a fan of, I can understand wanting to have the
like
box. but
Sure.
like Sonic, I probably
for the
wouldn't
same
have.
price, especially.
And I know that's well. The one nice part about this is buying it physically got me the pre-order DLC.
Oh, there you go.
Even though I bought it the day it released and didn't have a pre-order in, the person at the EB Games was like, "Oh yeah, and I have a code for it, so I'm just gonna give it to him." Like that's okay then, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I was just always
but no,
curious.
I probably wouldn't have. Because what are the other ones? There's a couple that I'm just like I've looked and I'm like, yeah, why would you even waste the plastic to print that?
The key card thing has never made any sense to me because I think it's just having the box on
It's
the
why
shelf.
I stopped buying. It's
Yeah.
why I stopped buying like PS4 stuff in general.
Yeah,
unless you
PS4 and
had
Xbox
some
stuff
game
has
on it.
always been like there's like
The-
300 megs on the disc or some shit or
depending on the
yeah.
game, yeah. And so like the only time I started, and I mean a big part of it was that I could get physical games cheaper at the time, but that's not really the case anymore, anyways.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Was just curious. All right, let's move
yeah, no,
on.
Game Gear here to suck my ass. There's my stance on
There
that.
you go. We'll move on to the news. I know since we did the late show last week, we talked about the Xbox shake-up stuff. I don't remember if we talked about this. So we were curious, like, why would you do this on a Friday? Because all Fridays have bad news. Apparently, the reason why they did it on a Friday is because IGN was about to leak it. So it was supposed to be on Monday, but then IGN was going to leak it, so they announced it on Friday.
That doesn't matter. Everybody's phone would have crashed 5 times trying to read the article anyway if they'd put it on IGN. So
right,
Yeah.
terrible site.
According to MP First, the casting for Wolfenstein 3 has begun. Performance capture is scheduled for April 2026 until 2027. The code name of Wolfenstein 3 is Valkyrie.
Here, I'd like to audition for a Hitler clone. I'm racist. Oh, there we go. Done. Call me.
We'll let you know. Xbox update. Remember when we used to get excited for these? There's no console updates. It's just 1440p bitrate streaming for all consoles. UI sounds on Xbox PC app, updates to play anywhere, mouse and keyboard, touch controls, and stream your own games. Like, did they just not update the console anymore?
No, they're working on the next one, so they're just gonna let this one coast on by.
Do they remember that they have a console?
Well, I don't know if
everything's
you.
an Xbox, Anthony.
And then there's
Michael
that.
Pachter said that the next console is dead. So congratulations, Microsoft, on winning the next generation.
Michael Pachter. Listen, you out there without a podcast listening to our shitty podcast, just say something. You are probably more likely to be correct on whatever the fuck you say than Michael Pachter. I've never seen someone be so incompetent at his job. But Michael Pachter has said Nintendo's going to die how many fucking times now? He's incompetent. He's a boob.
He also said
Like,
Game
I
Pass
don't-
was going to reach 100 million subscribers, and then said the console is dead because Microsoft leaned into Game Pass.
The Michael Pachter.
You didn't work.
Michael Pachter got famous
How does
during
Kevin
the
Costner keep getting work?
the 360 PS3 console wars because fanboys used his stuff on both sides to make fun of other fanboys.
And he was probably
I
wrong then
remember that.
too.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Just-
Nobody cared.
He's a nincompoop.
I'm
I
going
don't
to
have
tell
anything
you
really mean to say. He's just stupid. He's
right
wrong.
right now, I'm so sick of fanboys. If I see you post, and this is going to tie into the next story, so don't worry. If I see you post that it damages the brand, I'm going to kick you square in the jewels.
To everybody that signed that little welcome to the Xbox.
Oh, fuck
family
all of
sign,
those people too.
Oh my god, I saw that.
You're the first. When the Elder God comes, you're the first person I'm sacrificing to Cthulhu. Like,
Y'all
get
are
the
fucking
fuck
weird,
outta here.
and you need to stop messaging this lady who doesn't give two flying shits about you or your video games.
None.
But let's tie it into this.
Here's hold on. I wanted to know, like, Michael Pachter. What's some wrong predictions? And AI, Google's AI just was like, hold on, buddy. This is the fastest I've ever seen it load. Is known for bold, often incorrect video game industry forecasts.
Damn.
Including underestimating Grand Theft Auto 3, predicting the PS Vita would outsell the 3DS, and calling for the death of traditional consoles. He frequently misjudged Nintendo and more recently predicted massive, unmet Game Pass subscription growth.
So basically,
Yep,
whe
that sounds
says,
about right.
the opposite is going to happen. So as I mentioned, congratulations, Microsoft, on winning the next generation.
Right.
He predicted that Nintendo would release a Wii HD and failed to foresee the disastrous market reception of the actual Wii U. This one I'm gonna say is unfair because I'm sure at the time it was hard to judge. World of Warcraft claimed the MMO would peak at 4 million subscribers, far below its eventual peak of over 12 million. I mean, I don't think that should be included in this list. Repeatedly consoles dying.
You'd have a smaller list if you listed what he got right.
Yeah, iPhone thought the original buttonless iPhone would fail because it's too difficult to use. The Game Pass one we've already talked about. Half-Life 3 and Elder Scrolls 6 consistently wrong on release timing since 2010 and 2013 respectively. And then Dead Xbox has been recently added.
I mean, everybody thinks the Xbox is dead. That motherfucker has more lives than a cat.
Bruh, don't it?
Oh, wow. In 2009, Michael Pachter predicted the Wii, PS3, and Xbox 360 generation would be the last generation of consoles.
A lot of people predicted that, though.
The new head of Xbox would like everybody to have more kids than a cat.
We're going to move on to the next story.
Yep.
So, this is according to two of your favorite people, Jason Schreier and John Linneman. This was also corroborated by other leakers and stuff. But they are speculating that Sony is moving away from porting their single-player games to PC. And boy, the internet celebrated this, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Like, why would you not... Number one, why
More
would you
games
not
and more
want...
places to play is better.
Yeah, why would you not want more people to play your game? Why would you not want to make more money? Like, somebody actually said this online. I saw this tweet, and I was like, am I asleep? They were like, Sony's only made $2.6 billion from their PC ports.
Oh, is that it?
If I had $2.6 billion to spend and I could spend it any way I want, I would have that man drawn and quartered.
I don't
for writing that dumbass tweet.
like. I don't understand. Like people are so,
I'll show you
like,
how much 2.6 billion can get you.
what was that tweet I sent you where the guy said consoles without exclusives are no fun? I'm
Or
like,
no fun.
what the
Yeah.
fuck? Is that even like so? If your console doesn't have exclusives, the games are no fun.
Yep.
We are all
I don't
y'all
understand that for
motherfuckers
it.
are living in the '90s. And that shit has been dead for a long time.
You know what? I would is a great way to get no more consoles and no more exclusives. No one buying them and them not making their return investments.
Jesus.
Like holy shit! Like Spider-Man, we already know kind of just limps to the finish line, and like having that PC port brings in a lot more revenue.
I saw a motherfucker
That
arguing
license is expensive.
that exclusives were consumer friendly.
Again, if I had $2.1 billion,
Y'all are weird, man. Like all of you. Like Nintendo games should be on PC.
no, I thought you were talking to us in this room.
Well, I know you guys are, but you know that's a different. It's a different kind of weird. But like Nintendo games should be like every game should be on PC.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to play it there, but the option should be there. Could you imagine if like the original Switch version of Breath of the Wild was on PC? Fuck, how good that would have ran.
I think it would have. I think it would have eat into that consoles market. To be fair,
I don't know, man. I feel like Nintendo sells a lot of consoles, but like Nintendo people also double dip. So like Nintendo players with PCs would have totally bought both versions.
Yeah.
Like there's no negative to this. Because if you're living in the 90s, let's just pretend that the 90s still exists. What was the one thing we always knew about video games? Consoles didn't make money.
right? Yeah.
So
Right.
why do you care how many of them you sell when your games are making the huge, the return on investment?
Because now they are trying to turn a profit with the consoles.
But why? Like you're not going to
It's
make that
fucking
much.
Going to with memory prices going up, they ain't going to anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So
They're
why
not
do you
now,
care
yeah,
how many
but-
consoles you've sold other than to put it in a press release? Like you're losing money and then you're going to take away more money that you could be making? I just don't understand it.
We don't understand business.
No.
That's what that is.
I don't know, man. Like, if you want to argue about your plastic box, that's fine. It gives very small dick energy. Because, like, you're a grown-ass man.
I'm sure you have more than one plastic box if that's the case.
Like, you're a grown-ass person. Just buy what you want, play what you want, and you should be able to play whatever you want, wherever you want. Like, this box shit is stupid. Anyway. Speaking of PlayStation, they have a new version of Pisser, the upscaler for the PS5 Pro. The first game to use it is Resident Evil Requiem, where Digital Foundry will tell you how much better it looks if you slow it down and zoom in 6,000 times. So be sure to do that while you're playing.
I'm getting my magnifying glasses out again.
You're gonna need that.
Nintendo is reportedly offering refunds for those who have asked for their money back for the disappointing Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition Switch upgrade. I bought, like, I got this and I played it and I was like, wow, it looks better. I think it looks pretty good. So I was like, why is everybody pissed? So I decided to go watch the Digital Foundry video because they'll tell you why this sucks. And like, I see what they're talking about, but man, the entire time he was playing, the screen was zoomed in like 600 times. I'm like, I don't play like that. So
Yeah.
It is kind of bullshit for them to charge money.
No,
for
it
a
absolutely
thing that
is, but
it
everybody
should
said that
just
like
do with how recent that game was released.
the only people that give you
Like
free
they're adding
upgrades
content.
are Xbox and Nintendo on a
Right.
couple games. So, which is crazy because like maybe just give the free update. The next NSO game coming to GameCube is Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. That'll be out in March. Ooh, part of Koei Tecmo's Team Ninja Division 1 for the Dead or Alive Extreme series has been transferred to Atelier Studio Gust. So, horny on horny. Here we go.
Yep.
I don't know why this is in here, but I'm going to read it because it's funny. Pokemon Yellow was outsold by Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in the UK in its launch year.
What? Okay.
That was just funny to me, so I was like, I'm going to read that. Starting March 6th, the Steam Deck OLED 512 and 1 terabyte machines are getting a price increase in Japan by 15,000 yen.
That's not exactly unexpected.
No, I expect the US price to go up too.
Yep.
Amazon, let's just say if you're a game developer and Amazon offers you money, probably turn it down because they're no longer publishing Maverick Games, former Playground Dev's first game. The game is still in development and is now searching for a new publisher. Amazon is still publishing the next Tomb Raider. Oh no. Radical Entertainment is back. They're called New Radical Games, and they have The Simpsons Hit and Run. I'm pretty sure
we talked about this.
Did we?
Because I'm pretty sure I made a get what you give joke.
You know what?
You did.
It bears mentioning again because it's so awesome.
Yeah.
So, Jason Schreier reported on the failure of Highguard, which I guess is down to 20 employees. Wildlight.
Worth reading that article, by the way.
Yeah, Wildlight.
It was a very, very good article.
Wildlight set up a profit-sharing program so everyone would benefit. Course changed to a raid shooter in 2024. Hoped it would be a foundation for grander ambitions to come. Tencent has pulled all of its funding.
Yeah, if you read the article, it's clear that they thought that they could do the Titanfall thing where they would release this sort of multiplayer-focused game and then build on it as a single-player universe later. And obviously that didn't happen. And it sounds like the profit-sharing thing that you're mentioning is what pulled a lot of those developers away to start this new studio because they didn't feel like they shared enough in the profits of Apex.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, at the end of the article, it does say that if Mina the Hollower doesn't sell enough copies,
he added that in at the end.
Did you see that they're drip feeding the demo? They just dropped it on PlayStation this week. I'm like, fucking hell, man.
Of Mina the Hollower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, your game is not that important. Like,
it's also not that good.
Yeah, stop treating it like it's Grand Theft Auto. Like,
I'm gonna say something slightly mean. That's never stopped me before, but I do feel bad because I do like their product. But I feel like they got high on their own supply on Shovel Knight.
You think? There's only 6,000 versions of Shovel Knight.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that like it's like, well, this is important too because we're making it. It's like that's not how that works.
Yeah, you got to prove every time you put out a game. Like, you don't get to live off of the last game. That last game is
like when
done.
when Kojima really misses, then we maybe have a point to make. But like he really hasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
Look at other auteurs or whatever in the industry. It's like they don't get, like, a lot of studios do not get just a free pass. I mean, there's always going to be hardcore fanboys, but to me, it's like right now, Choice Provisions, the people that make Runner, are trying to kickstart physical version of one of their Runner games for Switch, and it has like nobody interested in it. It's you have to keep innovating. Like, you can't keep just going back to Runner, right? So yeah, it's a very weird industry for indie devs right now. But yeah, like the Shovel Knight thing. Sorry, like Mina the Hollower doesn't hit like Shovel Knight did.
No, it absolutely does not. Nacon has filed for insolvency. The aim of this procedure is to assess all possible solutions to ensure the sustainability of the company's activity under the best possible conditions.
Yeah, and there's a lot of developers working under Nacon, so
Yeah.
that's scary.
A lot of hardware, too. They do a lot of
Yeah.
peripherals and such.
I'd really like someone to not kill the spiders. Thank you.
Yeah,
Take
agreed.
spiders. Save spiders, please.
Warner Brothers is apparently going to sell to Paramount now instead of Netflix.
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't good.
No.
Yeah, no. I would prefer the Ellisons
Fuck
be in
ass and his-
control of less, please.
Yeah, fuck ass.
You
and
already
his fail,
sold him
son.
TikTok. Fucking yeah.
Cunt.
Uh,
Cunt and his cunt son. Fuck you. Fuck you, you fucking pieces of shit. I'm
my
Canadian. You can go fuck yourself. Buy my dick. I'll shove it up your ass. Fuck you. Fuck out the Ellisons. I'm done with them. God damn.
Myriant is shutting down on March 31st, 2026. This is a ROM site, right?
Yes.
Never
Yeah.
heard of
Okay.
it. Never heard of it. Never used it. Never been there.
Really?
Definitely not saved in my toolbar. I don't know what the fuck-
Definitely not something that exists. They should just stop looking into it right now.
Nier Automata is coming to Overwatch.
God damn it. They're really trying to fucking just get me back in.
Anthony,
They've specifically
back to
done this for Anthony.
exactly. Coming back to Overwatch.
Did we talk about Wolverine's release?
This
date
right
last
after
week?
the Sanrio one.
Yeah,
It's a real
Sanrio's up right
motherfucker.
now. I have to hear that fucking noise every time I log in.
We
The only
have
reason
not,
why the
I don't
Sanrio
think-
one I avoided because I didn't like the costumes.
we have
Yeah, I'm
not,
gonna
I
keep-
don't think, Ken talked about the Wolverine release date.
Yeah, they just dropped it on Twitter. Like, fuck it, it's September 15th.
Yeah, they're like, we're not doing a countdown to release date.
It's so
I'm not
weird.
gonna
That's
lie,
just
I
weird,
appreciate
right?
that.
That's like, I'm happy. I can't wait to play it. That's weird, right?
I don't know, man. I feel like
That's how it used to be.
I
Yeah,
feel
but
like
that
it's
ain't
a
how
little bit
Sony does it.
refreshing. Yeah, I mean that's true, but it's I don't know. It's definitely different for Sony. I'll say that.
Yeah.
What I'll also say is if I'm Insomniac, with as much bullshit has leaked and everything else over the last several years, I'd probably just do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just shocked Sony
And just
let them
say,
do it.
fuck it.
Like, how do you not do a Wolverine state of play and announce that, you know?
Yeah. I can't wait for that game.
Oh, yeah, the game's going to be amazing. Like, I have zero doubts about that. Just felt weird. Overwatch Rush is a new 4v4 mobile game that was announced this week.
They should have called it Overrush.
Should have just called it Over,
Overrush.
because I ain't playing that shit. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, right.
No,
They're gonna
dude,
drop
I'm-
some
no.
exclusive bullshit that you want, and
No.
you'll end up playing it.
No, I don't give two.
Get this skin for
Oops.
Overwatch with by playing the mobile version.
Nope.
Well, he already said he doesn't like skins. He
I don't
doesn't
care about skins. Like, I
So-
get them for free. I don't care. I don't buy anything in that game anymore. He-Man.
They're gonna give you like some extra points or something. I don't know what the fuck you get in Overwatch.
Ryan, I have like 300,000 coins in Overwatch. Like, there is nothing they can offer
Definitely
me.
no bitches. Ba, 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 ba.
Didn't you just say earlier that you weren't doing that?
Correct.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't feel the pain
But he
of
can
rejoining
recognize.
Overwatch potentially. Yeah, no game recognized.
I don't know if you know this, but I
Yeah,
got proof
that's
that it
what he's
happened.
Oh, what?
Get your son in here. I need to know if the milkman delivered. Get fucking-
Child, if you had seen him, there's no mistaking.
And there's no doubt.
No,
Yeah, there's no
like I
doubt.
can't even
Oh.
like fake it myself. Like,
Well,
yeah, I can't.
Yeah. No, you definitely can't. You definitely can't.
Trust me, I've made the joke. I'm like, no, somebody owes me some money. No, definitely not.
So
He-Man.
you have to apologize to your son, is what you're saying.
Yeah. He-Man
I'm
Masters
sorry.
of the Universe, Dragon Pearl of Destruction launches April 28th. Red Octane Games announced Stage Tour. It's the next rhythm game.
That looked rough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
did.
you know what they haven't said is, so they said that there are drums in it.
Yeah, because they're making
They
a
have
drum.
not.
They're making a drum set.
That's what I was going to say. Have they already announced that they're
hmm
making a drum set?
Yeah, we
Okay,
talked
all right.
about that a couple months ago. They announced it. It's the same people that make the Gibson guitar.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
Backyard Baseball launches this year on everything.
Is that a new backyard baseball?
Yep.
Those are fun. Those backyard baseball.
Those were pretty good.
Mexican Ninja adds console
That game is
versions.
fun.
Oh man, I forgot about this. Marvel Maximum Collection announced, which might be one of the hypest collections I've seen since Marvel vs. Capcom.
That's some good games in
Yeah.
there. I played the shit out of Captain America and the Avengers when I was a kid.
It's got
They
all
had
the
that,
shitty versions in it too.
Yeah, they had that machine at the bowling alley, and I played the shit out of that.
They can keep that Arcade's Revenge though. That game is just ass. They can
Yeah,
keep
that
How you
game's
gonna
not good at
reset
all.
it? How you gonna
Right.
do the MODOK trick?
That's a
Might not
great
be able
question.
to do all of that.
Is that not X-Men on the Genesis?
But that's the one that they're putting out, right?
I thought it was.
No.
Wait a minute.
Is that in the collection? Because have
Yeah.
Clone
I
Wars in
thought
there?
so. Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought it was in there. Let me
because
look.
people were
Wait,
asking
what's it
if
called again?
the
Marvel Maximum.
Marvel Maximum Collection. It's got the one with where you had to hit the reset button on the
Yeah.
Genesis.
Yeah, I thought that. I know.
Hold on, let's
No,
see.
I'm not seeing anything. I'm seeing
Oh.
X-Men the arcade game, Captain America and the Avengers, Spider-Man Venom Maximum Carnage, Venom Spider-Man Separation Anxiety,
There's a Genesis
Arcade
game on
Revenge.
it.
X-Men Arcade's Revenge, and Silver Surfer. Arcade's Revenge
Oh, you're
has
right.
the Genesis version. Venom Spider-Man Separation Anxiety has the Genesis version.
Yeah, it doesn't
Maximum
have
Carnage has that. It has Captain America and the Avengers on the Genesis as well. But it does not have the Genesis games because those are Sega made.
Oh yeah,
I mean, damn, I
Interesting.
could have sworn I saw the
I
X-Men
thought so,
games
too.
on there.
That would have been an instant purchase for me because I love X-Men.
I don't know
2
how
Clone
this
Wars.
isn't an instant
I'm
purchase.
still gonna count this. Like, yeah,
I don't
this
have
is-
I don't have the nostalgia
He
for
as
it.
old as us is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, it
but
is
he's
pretty
trying to
much.
say, like,
Except he talks about Wonder Boy all
no,
the
it's not even
goddamn
that. Like
time.
I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the arcade game. I've never had the interest in the X-Men arcade.
Bro,
God,
you need
man,
to
look,
play
I know, it's
that
great.
game.
But
Nightcrawler's the man.
Oh, this guy.
he was my go-to in Clone Wars.
I
Mouse.
think in that game I liked Cyclops. Cyclops.
Oh,
Wolverine
Cyclops is great in that game too.
Cyclops is
Yeah.
cool.
Mouse PI for Hire has been delayed to April 16th. I don't believe that game's coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, Wildgate server shut down in China on April 30th. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what else.
What was that again? What game was that?
Wildgate.
I don't even know what that is.
Terrence does.
It's the space. I guess space Fortnite. Like you form a crew and you have a spaceship
Space
and you have to go
Fortnite.
around and you gather up and you gear up and stuff and you can fight other vessels and you can board
Fucking-
them and stuff.
Dude,
It was
I thought
fun.
that was okay. That sounds very much like that other game that just came out. Jump Ship, is that what it was?
So the difference between the two is Jump Ship is PVE, so your team versus the AI, and
Okay.
the one that's closing up is PvP. So there is
Gotcha.
no AI; it's just you versus other teams. Yeah, but they are very
Okay.
similar in that regard.
And it's closing up in China.
Does it?
Yeah.
Does it? Did Fortnite just add Uno?
What?
I fucking.
That-
This
I
is not
did
a joke.
something about that. Yeah, I did see something about that. I haven't been on Fortnite in a while, but I did see something on Twix, I think, about that, and I was like, "Damn, that game
Get
really
the
is
fuck
better
out
than
of it! What the fuck is this?
He
What
must
the
have found
fuck is this? Yeah, I fucking googled Fortnite Uno.
It's real, right?
Oh, it's in Roblox as well. What the fuck are we
Dude,
doing?
everything's in
that.
Roblox. I don't know what you're
Everything's in Roblox. There were probably 1,600 fan-built Uno games in Roblox.
Sure, I understand
already.
that, but it's just like it's literally called Uno Royale on fucking
Uno Royale.
Okay.
With
Wow.
cheese.
Oh shit.
Whatever. All right.
All right.
Costs
That's
like $1 for an Uno deck. Jesus Christ.
that's all the news I got. I do have some tweets because I was pinged this morning that I don't message on the Twitter anymore. I'm terrible about that. I forget all the time. So I did get some tweets from Shogun here. He says, so it seems like gaming is dead. Valve has delayed their machine, Sony squandering money on games as a service and delayed their machine, and Microsoft is doing a reorg. I for one think it's fine. These last few years has increased my backlog. I need this extra time.
I could always use the extra time. I would appreciate not having another video game industry crash, but I don't think we're headed towards that.
No, I look at 2026, and
Well,
I think Resident Evil's out. We've still got Fable. We've still got Wolverine. Like, there are so many games. The only people missing this year is Nintendo, and I think they're just waiting to announce something big.
Agreed.
We'll get our own like new game market like they did in like the UK. I don't remember what the fucking stupid names of the character was. There's a meme name for one of them, but it's just like maybe we'll get that, guys. We'll have games on cassettes again. And then we can be like, the game market didn't crash at all.
Could somebody explain to me? I saw there's like this new resurgence of VHS tapes.
Oh,
What?
okay.
Why?
I can explain that. I can explain that to you right now.
Okay, go ahead and explain this to me because it makes no sense to me.
Oh, it's gonna even get stupider. So, just a little bit of history before we start on anything else. Cassettes made a comeback because at one point in time there was nobody doing like big vinyl releases, right? So indie artists, because CDs were everywhere and ubiquitous, wanted to do something special. They made records. And also the record market was staying alive because some DJs still use physical vinyl to scratch. That's mostly changed, especially now that you can't get stuff just printed for you because all these fucking factories are filled up with big name artists getting their stuff printed on vinyl. So some of them, especially with the vaporwave sort of sound coming out, went back to cassettes. And then the cassette market exploded because people thought, hey, we can put our shit on cassette too, but no one buys cassettes like that unless it's like a very independent artist, so that never took off. Unfortunately, that is not the scenario here, even though that did happen with certain movies. You could buy like VHS versions of like independent movies that are clearly trying to relive that era. But that is not the reason why VHS movies are expensive again. It's because around the time of COVID, a bunch of people realized that they could make a bunch of money, and there's definitely no shady shit happening here with fucking graded games. And they started doing that with fucking VHS movies.
Motherfucker,
And
nobody
then
wants a
VHS
VHS
movies.
movie.
They're
You're not
grading
incorrect.
them?
Dude, they're grading them.
Y'all need a new
They've
hobby.
gone up in price. Now, here's the real irritating part, because with records and music, because that's something I'm in, and video games to some extent as well, rarity, not just quality, affects value, right? Dinosaur Peak, for example, is very expensive, but it's not an amazing game. Music, same thing can happen where it's not the best record ever, but no, it's not been reprinted, and therefore it's expensive. The VHS stuff that's expensive generally is just popular movies. So fundamentally, I think it shows you that, like, hey, this is not a real market for this is just collection and fear of missing out bullshit. To grade and sell each other the same shit over and over again. It's kind of like newer comics that are slabbed for the idea of value in the future. They take those right off the printing press sometimes and just slab them right away. It's dumb. It's a dumb market. it's these fucking bros that think they're gonna make a bunch of money someday, who are more incompetent than the people that actually invest in companies and stuff like that. And I'm just gonna hold on to this shit and make a bunch of money. And sometimes they do, but most of the times they don't. And yeah, the VHS market's exploded because it's tactile. Now there's a bunch of moving back to physical media that's happening right now in general. So some of that is going to overlap with the VHS. But a lot of people who are younger are going back and watching DVDs and CDs and stuff like that. CD sales have gone up because people want to own their things again, because everything is so uncertain and bullshit. Movie sales are going up again, not to nearly the amount that they were at one point. But it's just they're not moving so far back to VHS because VHS is unwieldy. Like it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot of space. It's a lot of moving parts. Like it's just not there. So it's people with nostalgia buying shit that they like, and then people, abusing that market. Pokemon cards.
Can we just enjoy media?
Nope.
Well, no, because you can't enjoy anything because someone needs to make themselves the middleman and wedge their fucking way in to scalp.
No, but it's I don't even like. I think those people are shitty, but it's not their fault. Your dumbass is buying it. Like you have to go out and make the purchase.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that like concerts are the same way. You can't just enjoy things because some asshole is wedging his way in, and every time you shouldn't buy from them, correct? But they wedge themselves in and make themselves, unfortunately, a part of what it is now. They're cancer, they're leeches, whatever you want to call them, but they're just a reality of how this works. As bullshit as it is.
I think you're all idiots.
But anyways, the one thing I will say is with VHS stuff, specifically when VHS became a lot easier to find, there's a bunch of weird science fiction stuff that only exists, science fiction horror genre stuff that only exists on VHS. And that stuff generally doesn't go for a lot until someone makes it popular. And that's the type of stuff that if you want to get into collecting, that's what I would recommend getting into. Don't just go for popular shit. There's a bunch of copies of Terminator 2 out there. Don't pay, I don't even know, absurd money. $20 is not, $20 is too much for a fucking VHS copy of Terminator 2. But, if you can get a bunch of VHS for $1 and you get some stuff that no one else has, hey, you might be the person that's saving that media. Maybe you'll find a gem. Usually you won't. There, that's my rant.
Just don't buy it. Like, it's simple.
Yeah, don't buy fucking $20 VHS tapes from anyone. It's horseshit.
Dude, we didn't like VHS back in the day. That shit is annoying.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand. But I guess they're not buying it to really enjoy it.
They're buying it to put it behind their like, fucking headshot in a YouTube video. Look at all my VHS tapes.
I have bought only one VHS tape in the last fucking 20 years.
Somebody handed me a VHS tape, my hands would burn.
Because it was literally... the reason why I bought it is it's one of my favorite movies, and it was like $1.
It's still...
I have it on Blu-ray.
Okay, but why? Like, take that $1 and get a stick of gum.
I could lose that $1 and fucking not be upset about it, so I bought a movie I liked with it.
I just don't understand it. I never will. Anyway, we're gonna move on. Shogun also says, as I'm going through my backlog, it looks like World War III might have started, so I want to ask, what game would you like to be playing as the bombs drop? Fallout seems like a perfect time to finally check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you haven't, that probably would be a good time.
I don't want to think that far ahead.
I want to play Hello Kitty's Island Adventures.
Nice.
Dude, I don't know.
Like, I'm sure I'll probably be playing something real stupid.
I'm sure I'll be screaming at Overwatch when I vaporize.
Man. That's wow. Oh.
Oh. See, what'll happen is like when the smoke clears, I'll be sitting there, it's just a skeleton. I'll be like, my tank was throwing.
Yep.
Fucking, I have to laugh, otherwise I just doom scroll. That's all I can
Did you
do.
see? Just real quick. That I guess there's a Marvel Rivals website for people that are paid to throw matches.
Yeah, it's
Like you
pretty
can
common.
go on there and register. I didn't know that was a fucking thing. Like, so Overwatch people have people getting paid to throw matches.
I'm
Like,
sure.
that's not a bad racket. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you literally getting paid just to do shit. Like,
I
but
think one
that's
of them was in my
crazy.
game last night because I was playing a game last night and my Sigma we were defending and my Sigma just left and went up to like the back line while the rest of the team was dead and just let him push the cart.
I did not know that people were doing that. Like, it's a game. Why are we? It's not that serious. That's weird.
People
But
take games way too seriously. I can't.
Mm-hmm. Man.
Oh, he says this too shall pass. Like Danhausen's big reveal last night at Elimination Chamber. Have you guys checked out a game, Samson? It looks amazing.
I have. The thing that worries me about Samson is the mind's eye stuff.
Oh,
'Cause
is
you
that
know how
that
Mind's
Grand Theft
Eye looks
Auto
really-
style game?
Yeah, that looks like
Okay.
it's like in the 90s, like it's real
Okay.
gritty looking. Yeah, it's that one.
Okay.
Like it looks really good, and I'm down. I would love to play it, but I'm like, man, I'm getting mind's eye vibes from it. So we'll see.
Yeah, Mind's Eye is
That apparently got better. I know I don't have it, but it got patches. I don't know if you've.
that's the last thing on my mind of things to install.
Yeah, I would you get in a
Got you.
patched canoe?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I feel it. I definitely.
Depends on what kind of
That
patch
game
it
pretty good.
was. If the patch was like,
The patch is still leaking.
okay,
Oh,
well
okay.
no, then if it was using like Flexi Seal or whatever that shit is on at 3 a.m. on TBS, I might get in on that. He says, last thing, I don't know. I don't think that the rumor of Sony taking their games off of Steam is accurate. It's more likely they're just going to make their own store like Epic and sell games in both places, but I also have logins that they wanted from Steam plus Play Anywhere type feature. They were making a store at one point, but the rumor wasn't they were taking them off Steam. The rumor was they were just going to stop making them.
Yeah, that's what they just weren't going to do
Yeah.
anymore. PC ones,
So,
which is
I don't know. We'll
wild.
see what ends up happening with all that.
what's the single player game that's not on PC that we should keep? Is it Yote? Is that the last one that's not on PC?
Well, yeah, not yet. I don't
Yote and
think.
Not
Astrobot.
yet.
Astrobot's never coming. I think
Yeah, Astrobot's not coming.
they're too much into
I
the
figured it
DualSense
was-
stuff.
Well, it wasn't even that. I thought, like, they have a lot of licenses that aren't theirs in there, and that might be a fucking nightmare.
Oh yeah. Did Spider-Man 2
hmm
make it to PC?
Yeah, it's on
okay.
PC.
Remember. Okay, then yeah, I guess it is just Yote.
Yeah, I think if Yote doesn't come in the next
I'm
year
sure
or
it
two,
will. I gotta believe that they'll put that on there.
gotta believe.
I'm sorry,
I
yeah, I
wish
was
they would
gonna say,
put that on there.
thank you for being PlayStation friendly.
Yep. Good job, Ryan.
You're welcome.
I don't know, man. I think it's stupid. The only people it benefits are the console warriors, and those people are lowlifes. So,
Yeah.
Low lives.
Low lives.
You hear
dude, they
that?
are.
Yeah, he's not wrong. That's just
Low life ass.
Like you can use that fucking Captain America gif. That I may be out of line, but I'm right.
yeah.
Fuck those
Well, Anthony
people.
Mackie, he might be out of line, but he's right. Yeah.
Like fuck those people. Those people are they don't even play games.
No, they don't.
Like Jesus Christ, I promise you, if Xbox truly did die tomorrow, you would never hear from those guys again because they don't actually talk about the games. They talk about the fucking console war bullshit.
And executives.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Which is so weird.
I
Why?
don't
Like-
understand executive worship. It's
I don't
fucking
either.
weird, man. Like,
Meanwhile, the CEO at Oscar Mayer is over here like, man, I wish somebody loved me. Like, I mean, geez,
my wieners are the best.
why the fuck do we care about the, like, it's so weird who we make celebrities because
He was canceled. He was canceled, by the way.
Oh damn!
The
Was
CEO of us.
he? I didn't.
Yeah. I've shown
That's
his
a
wiener
shame.
off too much.
Keep putting it in between buns. You can't do that.
Oh, it's just I don't know. It's just wild that we make these people celebrities. They're CEOs of companies. Their job is to take your money.
Yeah,
That's literally their job to take your money.
that's what they're supposed to do. That's how they get promoted. I don't know, man. It's a weird world when people are more infatuated with corporate people than they are with the fucking video games coming out.
Yeah, with the product. Like, what are we doing? Just going in life ass backwards.
Anyway, that's it for this week. We'll be back next week, probably talking about some Legacy of Kain.
Yeah.
'Cause that's out this week. But if you do want to tweet us, that's ZTGD Radio on both Blue Sky and Twitter. You can send us emails to podcast@ztgd.com. Yeah, you definitely have to be a Gen X or millennial to know where that one came from.
You do, yeah.
But that's it. Unless anybody has anything else, we'll get out of here. Peace, bitches.
Alrighty. And it goes something like this.